My name is Samir and the topic that I'll be doing today is sociology and society. Before I get started, it's very important for us that we know what sociology is. As we begin, let's first try and understand the meaning of the word sociology. Sociology is a Greek word derived from the word logos, that means society. The study of a particular society is called sociology. Sociology, to define it, it's basically the interaction between individual and the society. सोशियोलॉजी को अगर हम सिंपल टर्म्स में एक्सप्लेन करना चाहें तो वो एक इंडिविजुअल का इंटरैक्शन है अपने साथियों और दोस्तों के साथ. इट कैन ऑल्सो बी डिस्क्राइब्ड एज द कनेक्शन बिटवीन पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम एंड पब्लिक इशूज़. So, sociology is the connection between personal problems and public issues. To define these two terms, personal problem is a problem that an individual faces individually, and public issues are the issues that are faced by the society as a whole. Personal problems वो problem है जो एक particular individual face करता है, और public issues जो वो हैं जो बहुत सारे लोग साथ में problem को face करते हैं. When we are studying sociology, it is very important for us that we know an individual has multiple societies and multiple identities. Multiple societies and identities. I would like to explain this with the help of an example. When we talk about multiple societies and multiple identities, and when I say an individual has multiple identities, I mean when I go to a vegetable seller, I am the owner. When I go to a school, I am a student in front of a teacher. When I go to a doctor, I am a patient. So role play चलता रहता है. जैसे हम कभी डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं तो हम उसके पेशेंट हैं, हम सब्जी वाले के पास जाते हैं तो हम वो खरीदार हैं. तो इसीलिए कहते हैं दैट अ इंडिविजुअल हैज़ मल्टीपल आइडेंटिटीज़. व्हेन वी टॉक ऑफ मल्टीपल सोसाइटीज़, अ इंडिविजुअल इज पार्ट ऑफ मल्टीपल सोसाइटीज से मेरा मतलब है कि कोई भी एक इंडिविजुअल एक सोसाइटी को बिलोंग नहीं करता है. देयर इज अ कॉन्स्टेंट इंटरैक्शन दैट गोज ऑन बिटवीन मैनी पीपल एंड मैनी इंडिविजुअल्स. Coming to the next concept that we'll be doing is sociological imagination. Sociological. So sociological imagination is basically the study of personal problems and public issues. So sociological imagination is basically we study personal problems and public issues. To explain personal problems again, personal problems are those problems that an individual faces himself alone. Public issues are those issues that affect the individual as a whole, that affect the society as a whole. In sociological imagination, we try to understand a problem in detail, we try and critically analyze it and then study it, and then we draw conclusions. To illustrate this with the help of an example from your own textbook, we did study the Indira Awas Yojana, which was launched by the ministry to provide housing to the rural poor. So one of the greatest challenges that our country faces is that of poverty, and there's inadequate housing for people. So the government of India came up with the idea of the Indira Awas Yojana, that was to provide housing to the people and to the underprivileged people. So this was what sociological imagination is. When you try and think about the society as a whole, as the individual, and what are some of the challenges that people face, and you provide and come up with a sociological imagination. Some of the key features of sociological imagination are critically analyzing things, a systematic approach that is needed. So these are the things that fall into a sociological imagination. Before I move ahead with the next topic, it's very important for me to introduce you to a very important person, that is Auguste Comte. So who is this person? Any guesses? Anybody who wants to think before I finally tell you? He's the founder of sociology. He's the one who founded the subject. So it's very important when we talk about sociology, it is basically the interaction between an individual and society. It is the connection between personal problems and public issues. An individual has multiple societies and identities. It is a systematical and analytical approach, and it was formed by Auguste Comte. So the topics that we have covered is sociological imagination, sociology. Next topic that I would like to move on is contemporary world and pluralities.